Hello there, adventurers, and welcome to Wally DM. We're going to continue our Dungeon Master Roundtable, and in today's subject, we're going to give one piece of advice on role-playing an NPC, and we're going to start with no fun. What kind of advice can you offer to DMs that are trying to role-play NPCs?
My biggest advice for role playing NPCs is do not think practically, right? Every single person that you play as, whether they are the big bad evil guy or just the peasant in town, the monster, whatever it is, they don't think practically. They are flawed individuals, much like you are. Even though we are playing a game, and more than likely in a game, you are trying to ergo win or do the best thing in that scenario. But realistically, a lot of people are going to do dumb things, or they're going to do the incorrect thing, or they're going to be motivated by their hearts and not their minds. So don't think in practical terms when you are doing something. Think in what the situation would be. Pour your mind into their heart, into their soul, into their passion. And I think then you are truly going to get the best role play experience out of any NPC that you interact as.
That makes a lot of sense. I like that idea. How about you, Don?
I find it easiest to kind of pick a characteristic for each NPC and lean hard into that. And also great for taking notes and remembering who your NPCs are.
Mhm.
So having a character that is extremely charismatic, or having a character that's very greedy and they're going to want everything, or even kind of on a different end, having a character that's very cautious and is always going to be double checking everything. Kind of picking a word or a characteristic that encapsulate that NPC is going to really help provide you guidance on how is this character going to approach everything. Now, it can be a little cartoony if you go too far, but lean into it.
I like it. Do you have like a table or anything that you roll off of, or you just kind of pick like a characteristic out of the blue, or?
Sometimes I'll just kind of like uh roll. I don't have a table, but I'll just like randomize something. But
Mm.
most of the time it will kind of be like, what does this character need to be, or who, as I'm creating the character, I'll get an idea and jot that down.
Fantastic. For myself, when I'm about to roleplay an NPC, I want to think of what is on their mind at that moment, because you may have the adventurers come up to that NPC, and what's on their mind is they're looking for somebody or they're looking for something, and there's a guy at the bar. Let's go talk to him, see what they know. But now they're interrupting this NPC's life. What was going on with this NPC beforehand? What are they thinking about? Maybe they're thinking about what's on the menu. Perhaps something tragic just happened in their life. Maybe they just got a promotion at the potion shop or something like that, and they're getting ready to celebrate. So having that in mind would also make it so that what kind of mood that character or that NPC's in. Perhaps they're in a bad mood, perhaps they're in a good mood. And I think that would be probably my best advice, is just put yourself in that character's shoes, a lot like the two of you just said, and what are they thinking of at that moment before the PCs, just seconds before the PCs approach them. How about you, Fred? What are you thinking on this?
I'm thinking cheat, be lazy, and do as little work as possible. It's kind of it's my thing. So, and since I've done so many videos on NPCs and role playing them, yeah, I'd go with cheat. Let's go with the character backgrounds. You need to have the personalities, ideals, bonds, flaws. Just roll a dice and pick those, or just don't roll a dice and just pick something off a list or something that seems to work with that character, and pick a background that sort of works for the character as well. That's sort of like an easy way. You've built the character. Now, how do you play it? I'd say be nice to yourself. Forget about the voices. Just pretend you're an actor and just pretend to be the character for a little while. It's a lot less stress. That's what I tend to do. And my voice doesn't hold up to voices anymore anyway. So, yeah, I'd just go with just pretend to be that character, have those sort of 4 basics jotted down, and if you forget some of them, never mind. Otherwise, do a dawn set, lean into one.
I like that advice. I think it could easily be said that a lot of DMs can sometimes overplay their NPCs. I think the less that you have to say probably is the better. Let the players lead into it, and then maybe just give the responses. I mean, if your NPC goes off talking a lot, then I mean, I guess who's running the show? So I like the lazy approach. That's good. So those are a few pointers and a little bit of advice that we have if you are trying to roll an NPC in your game. Be sure to leave a comment below and let us know what advice or what tricks you have for role-playing NPCs. You are watching the D&D YouTube Roundtable. There's all kinds of additional videos. Be sure to check out the playlist and continue watching with the next video.